Hey you folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 3 as the Soviet Union. We are continuing to build up our Western Front. It is June of 41, which I believe is when Germany historically launched Operation Barbarossa to attack us. If they did it right now, it'd be kind of bad for us. We are still working on our 1942 tank and infantry tech. Completing that will be quite nice, although we'll still have to go and upgrade everyone. But really, I want to make sure that as much as possible, especially our Odessan and Istanbul theater have the maximum number of troops. Actually, Istanbul, we might just ignore. It's mostly Odessa and maybe Kiev. Try to max them out, because the idea is to hopefully, if Germany gets distracted now. Oh, actually, there's some Polish rebels over here, which might pull back some of the troops from the border, but I'm not convinced that that's going to be significant enough. But if they really get invaded over here, if there's any sort of, yeah, literally, like, you know, if the Allies decide to do a beach landing quite early, then we might make a move. Otherwise, I'm going to try to get these fronts as well developed as possible, so that if it triggers, we can just remove some members of the Axis as quickly as possible. But it has to be decisive. We have to be sure about that. Meanwhile, I still have a bunch of planes queued up, some infrastructure here and there, which is good. A bunch of infantry divisions also in place to go. And yeah, I guess I did commit some things to Istanbul. I'm going to pull back on some of these planes. Istanbul probably won't need this much air support. Anyway, I'll get rid of all of them. That'll be okay. So we still have lots of production in the queue, but there we go. Supply transportation advances, that's very nice. Is it ahead of time? Education is ahead of time, which is over here. So let's actually dequeue that. Still doing some pretty heavy research. You know what we don't have is any espionage, which I would like. I'm going to get a little aggressive on it for a little bit here. And I want to make sure that with Germany specifically, we've got the military espionage so we can see where their units are and then maybe make some decisions that way. Countries mobilized in peacetime. Yeah, well, it's not that peaceful. We're still considering an attack. And yeah, lack of troops. Bryansk and Odessa are really saying they don't have enough to get the job done. Bolivia joins the Allies. That's fine. Yeah, you're not in the Axis. But I don't have any troops nearby to take you, so it's fine. If you join the Axis, most likely the UK troops here in India will most likely take care of Afghanistan for me, so it's not too bad. Yeah, central planning, great. Am I missing any doctrines that are really important? Oh, Spearhead Doctrine. We need that. Oh my gosh, that's so important. It reduces the combat width of our armor from 2 to 1. That is absolutely, absolutely key. We are going to want more mobile warfare. Actually, we're going to want most of this queued up, especially since it doesn't require us to upgrade our troops after the fact. Oh, allows control of self-propelled rocket artillery. And armored plus 10%? What does that mean? Is our armored troops just 10% better? Holy crap. Okay, let's start on mechanized defense over here. Human wave. I don't know what that does for us. Large formation we don't need. We don't need People's Army or that. We do need that. Large front is probably good. Alright, we've got lots of stuff queued for now. We will be, once we get our 1942 infantry and armor tech, we will be going ahead and canceling that. Ooh, nice voice crack. Also, we don't necessarily need more of the air-based stuff. There we are. We might want to get the next level of our plane tech. That might not be so bad. It would require some upgrades, but it might not be so bad to get one level of that. Alright. So we're going at speed 5. And mostly, yeah, we're just going to wait for things to get there. They are watching these ports, which really I'm not as concerned with. I don't think there's going to be an amphibious landing over here. Oh, Afghanistan has entered the Axis officially. Okay, that's fine. I need to check under industry. Ah, yes, I want the industrial production and efficiency. Bring those both up to the top of the queue. Very important. Get some additional industrial capacity. The efficiency is not as important, because if I understand it correctly, I think all it does is affect how many resources we're consuming while building stuff, which I got lots of those resources. But what the hell. May as well get it. Salt concentration. I don't know if I need the next level of that. because well, no, I do have artillery. I don't have the rest. But I don't know how much artillery organization we need. I'm going to pull back on that. We'll research something else instead with our time. And we are just mostly going to let the game continue to go at speed 5. I'll zoom in a bit. Might even increase the speed a bit more. And just let things be produced. We want to be able to smash these guys with overwhelming forces. Production queue is being whittled down quite a bit, which is nice. Okay, Odessa, you're still the front that's going to get the most love from me. I'm going to go ahead and build everything you want, except for garrison units, because they are not particularly high-tech. We've left them behind. Kiev, I think, will be the other one, which will be pretty key. It'll be Kiev. That's a lot of mountain divisions, buddy. Let me... Oh, and there's another garrison, which I don't want. Let me trim back on your mountains a bit. I know you're going to be doing some mountain fighting, but I'm going to pull back anyway, save a little bit of goods. And I still have a massive job of just infantry. It's actually like 20 in parallel plus 2 serial over here. That's just going to get deployed anywhere. Anywhere that kind of wants some infantry troops will get that, which is good. Because that is going to be the primary front line. There you go. More things are being built, and things are going to get shuffled around, which I'm totally okay with. And yeah, it will be very nice if we can combine the front here. Special forces. I don't know if we need the next level of that, actually. Yes, operational level organization is great. It's probably telling me it's ahead of time now. 3 years. 3 years is a bit too much. Getting the next level would be nice, but no, it would be a little rough to deal with. I guess we do want more encirclement bonus. I mean, the rest of the morale bonuses aren't terribly important, and HQ heart attack, I don't think that's particularly important, but I guess the encirclement bonus is good. I don't know what a unit cooperation is, but what the hell, we'll get that. Grand battle plan is actually really nice. Oh, we need central planning first. Right. I could unlock superior firepower. I don't know if I personally care about 5 brigade divisions, but what the hell. Let's do it. Does mean it's a little easier to fit in, say, some engineers into my tank corps, or tank brigades, or tank divisions. God damn it. It's like when you're, I don't know if you guys have siblings, but your parents are trying to, like, call your name, and they call you by, like, all your sibling names first, which is always pretty funny. Okay, so we're starting to get our 1942 infantry tech over here. So when we get those, we'll have to DQ the 44 version, because that might be a little too far ahead of time. Not that much, though. You know what? Actually, you know what? I'll leave it there. There's some extra stuff in the queue anyway. By the time it comes around, it won't be that far ahead of time regardless. And it's going to be 42 soon anyway. It's not going to be 3 years ahead. It'll only be 2 years ahead. And I actually would like these to, you know... I would like to beeline the 44 version as early as possible, because I think that's going to be very relevant. If we can get that in 43, I would be pleased as punch. Same thing with the medium tank level stuff. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. Alright, so that's going to require us to spend more effort upgrading all our infantry, and then soon all of our tanks will be getting upgraded. Meanwhile, how's the German border looking? Again, just some partisans in Poland would not be enough to convince me to attack, because that would not be distracting Germans enough. And in particular, I think I want to make sure that the Odessan theater feel like they have all the troops that they ever need, and maybe even Kiev as well. Civil defense. And then those, we'll get rid of that. You're just complaining about the small arm stuff now? Yeah, that's okay. Blitzkrieg advances, very good. Ah, more industrial production, very nice. And if they happen to not be ahead of time, and they don't seem to be, I'm going to go ahead and queue them up at the front. More, faster building. And Blitzkrieg isn't ahead either? Yeah, let's get back in there too. Okay. Tank tech should come in relatively soon. Spearhead doctrine, wonderful. Decreased width of our armor, really, 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 really important. I definitely want that before we do any fighting with tanks. Not that we have a massive number of armor, but it's not too bad. Alright, upgrades finishing up. God, those consumer goods. If we could start a war and then just sit idle in it, the amount of consumer goods required would go down pretty dramatically, but that's a pretty gamey thing. Still don't know when we declare war on Germany. Our tech is about to hit that sweet... Oh, Surge of Volunteers, nice. Sweet spot with the 1942 tanks, just sort of at the right time. But then we'd have to upgrade them all. And even then, I think I want to finish building all the troops for this front. Certainly with this kind of production number implies that we've got a shopping list and it's not being satisfied quite yet. Oh! Seeing Stavka in that list, though, does remind me. I want, with Stavka, I want to make sure that it has a couple of provinces that borders the German front. Because I've encouraged them that they're going to be blitzing Danzig over here. But if they don't sort of have a front, they're not going to be positioned for it. Agriculture advances, I bet you it's way too far ahead of time now. It is. But that is more manpower, like that. We're not producing any intelligence? I guess it's slowly going to go up there. What are we looking like now? We've got a few spies in Germany. Could definitely use some more, though. Get that knowledge. But I don't think I want to overcommit. Officer count is decent. There we go. There's our medium tank tech. And I will leave it in the queue. Yeah, it's 2 years ahead, but that's not that bad. And again, that's not being researched quite yet, because there's some stuff ahead of it. Although the infantry stuff is starting to be researched. Elastic defense is actually not ahead of time. Let's go ahead and put you back up to the top. Same thing with the operational level, whatever you call it. Alright, people being redeployed here. Again, we'll need lots of upgrades right now because of the medium tanks, and that's okay. But the techs that need upgrades, there's going to be a lull here until the 44 techs come into play. There'll be a few more airplane techs, but then we're going to DQ them. And then it's mostly just going to be doctrine, and then those 44 land techs, which we can wait on. Intelligence network. Yeah, screw it. Let's spend some money there. That's fine. What was I going to check? My artillery has not been getting any love, and that's got to happen. The carriage and sights isn't as important. The barrel and ammunition, though, is huge. Massive. And that's actually a big mistake to not have done that. Large front advances. Okay. Alright, single engine aircrafts. I do like that, and we could probably keep leveling them up, but I'm not going to prioritize it as much as some other things, so I'm going to remove them from the queue at that point. We're going to want our land techs to go up there, and yeah, I got to get the artillery working. Jeez. Fall of Singapore. That is bad for the British, but of course is expected. Okay, no more fuel tanks. No more armaments for our planes. I think there'll be one more. Maybe not. Argentina joins the Axis, alright. Then they're mobilizing. Combat medicine is good. It's 3 years ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and unqueue that one. So is there something else 3 years ahead? No. Mass assault. I'll remove you. Then it's all just infantry and tanks, and I'm okay with that. Probably first aid could be pulled out. Yep, 3 years. Yay, IC bonus. Nice. Did all that infrastructure get done? It did. I mean, I could build more. I wonder. Hey, there we go. Industrial production. Good. And the next level is relatively far ahead, but not that much. Still, at this point, we're going to be closer to the end of the war, so I won't worry quite as much. Infrastructure. We're going to have a lot of goods flowing to the south here. In fact, I wonder if I should just, like, max some of this stuff up. Especially sort of as we get closer to Moscow. Where's Moscow? It's up there, yeah? Yeah. Bring a whole highway over here to level 10. Go, and then here as well. I mean, then They're at level 9, which wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and cap this out. And then there's the bright green, which is good to see. Helps our unit movement as well, not just supplies. Again, the actual infrastructure, or IC cost of infrastructure is relatively low. Through here, through there, and to that front. Okay. I think that's probably a pretty good investment. And yeah, it wouldn't have changed our total numbers too much. Integrated support. Well, I guess it's not ahead, so it's fine. Mechanized offensive. Also not far ahead. Alright. That's fine. And our leadership count is going down, probably as we're creating more troops. We might want to make sure to bring up our officer production a wee bit. Yeah, it slows down some of our research, but it might not be a bad idea. Human wave. Nope, still not that far ahead. Okay. More troops being built. Still lots of things in the queue. Again, plenty of infrastructure too, but it uses up so little IC. It's mostly just time. You really do want to build as much infrastructure as possible, and I should have done more of it. Blitzkrieg, yes! It's still not that far ahead. Okay. Aero engine. Alright, I'm going to go and DQ you. And then, you know, I'm going to go ahead and bring down my research to increase my officer count a bit. Because it's still, the total numbers are going down. I'm not losing officers, I'm just increasing my army size. So I'm going to increase my officer production a bit. Superior firepower, nice. That's a one-shot thing, but now we can have bigger divisions. It's an option. I don't know if we're going to really start doing that, but it's good to know that it's an option. Japan has declared kamikaze. Well, I'm happy I'm not fighting them yet. They definitely would be scary. Yeah, Far East could really use some dudes. We've got an uprising. Where's that? In Finland. Okay, that'll be taken care of pretty quickly. Their militia against my proper infantry here. Lasted defense. Good. 2 years ahead of time. Okay, I don't need that for the doctrines. We'll go and remove that. Bring down the research. And yeah, my officer numbers are still going down. Attack movement, 10% bonus. Very good. How far ahead are you? 2 years. Yeah, again, I will go ahead and remove you. Bring down the research again. I guess that's potentially fine. We might want to queue up some more stuff. We are still researching the artillery. Yeah. Battlefield interdiction. We'll remove you too. Okay. Central intelligence. There we go. My artillery, which we'll definitely want to keep in the queue. And actually, it looks like we'll leave this as is. Those doctrines are not that far ahead. All right. How are we looking? So we'll need another... So these upgrades are probably mostly my planes, and we'll need another big wave of upgrades when we do get our 44 infantry and armor, although that's going to be a while away. We'll probably produce a lot of stuff before that happens. Economic boost. Nice. Bunch of extra infantry divisions being built. Mobile warfare advances. That's really nice to get the extra speed. Though it's ahead of time, so we'll cancel that. Bring down our research a bit more. Most likely we're actually fine with our officer corps at this point. We probably won't want to transfer any more leadership into the officer stuff. Where's all the Hungarian troops? And the German troops? And even the Yugoslavian troops might have moved back a bit. And here too. What's going on in Germany? Oh! There's actually a giant French uprising. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god. Odessa's still waiting for so many troops. Kiev is waiting for so many troops. It's probably not the right time to attack. We're not done all our upgrades. Oh my god. Nothing here on the German front, although they're not far back, and they'd turn around pretty damn quick. Huh. Huh. Let's make sure these people are in the correct stance. Yes, you're going for Athens and Sofia. Odessa, attacking stance. You're going for Belgrade and Split over here, which is good. Kiev, you're in attacking stance, and your goal is Budapest. Although you'll have to do a variety of fighting on this front. Everyone else, I think I'm actually going to put you guys into defensive stance. So you won't take any risks. You only move forward when you've got a huge advantage, which is rarely going to be the case because the estimated enemy power is very high. You're going to blitz into Danzig. We'll say attacking into Danzig. And then Archangel. I gave you goals? Oh, you've got goals down here. Let me reset your AI-ness. And yeah, you'll mostly be defensive. And mostly you're worried about here. And the coast. Well, and I guess here too, but you should actually be babysitting this. I guess I could, it might be worth to tell you to just, like, defend my ports. Well, we'll leave you on defensive. You really don't have enough troops to defend against any sort of invasion over there. Although if Germany does decide to do a naval invasion somewhere in Finland, I'm actually not sure how well it's going to work out for them. The terrain still sucks, and that means less troops here. God, it is very, very, very tempting to declare war. I'm going to put a cut in this video. I'm going to think about this real hard. July of 42. I got to think about this real hard. I really wish we'd finished building up all our troops in, say, Odessa before this happened, but... Actually, I should maybe... These guys are almost done. Let's make sure they're actually being produced. I mean, we are going to get some extra reinforcements pretty quickly. The Eastern Front is also going to fall apart pretty quickly. Yeah, there's a decent amount of stuff queued for both Odessa and Kiev. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna think about this, guys. Thanks for watching another episode of Hearts of Iron 3. See you next time. Bye bye.